This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield and his better half, Marney Winfield.
I was given your number by the health care, so I was just wondering if you were interested to let me know and come at my door.
Man,
It is the 5th of August, 2021. It's also known as the first day of football that doesn't count. That's how I know it as. My name is Corey Winfield.
I'm Marney Winfield.
And this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Appreciate you listening today. And yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about football. Or did you have something else you want to talk about? No, I
know you were going to talk about it anyway.
Just a little bit. I want to talk about it because the league's kicking off, the 217 Sober League. And to be honest, I had not completed a fantasy football league sober ever in my life. I have never even thought it was possible until 2 years ago. And I did it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't win that year. Can't remember what place I took. And then last year, of course, I won the league. Kind of big deal. But then this year we're starting off, and it was easy to fill the league, mm-hmm. which was great. And football's about to start, and I hope that some of the guys that are in the league can find that there is other things you can do in life that are fun. You can watch football. And you don't even have to watch the games. I mean, a lot of the times we didn't even watch the games.
No.
But just knowing that it's going on, you got players, and, did you make the right moves? It's something that you can use as a tool to do something fun that maybe you didn't know you liked.
Right.
So maybe try to get in a league, get a couple friends. But that can be frustrating trying to get a league together, too. So
how many people do you need?
I think you can do a league with 8.
Okay.
Which that would be insane because you could pick up so many people. 10 is a good amount. You can always go get somebody. There's always players available. Mm-hmm. 12 is pretty tough. And there's even 14 teams, I think. And it depends on who you go through. But, if you're living in a sober living house, that's where I started it 2 years ago with a friend. And then we started the whole house was kind of in it. And unfortunately, people do relapse. They're not ready, and their teams suffer. Mm-hmm. But hopefully that doesn't happen too many times this year. I didn't drink today. I don't want to drink tomorrow or the next day or whatever. So
right.
It'll be good. But yeah, I'm excited.
I know you're excited.
Very excited.
That's good.
Yeah. So you, though, on the other hand, are you are fit spiritually.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
what it was? Is that what was told to you?
Yeah, I had a really good conversation the other day with a coworker, my supervisor, and I don't even know how really the conversation transpired. I work in a recovery for a treatment center, and so that's kind of like the world that I live in all day. Different aspects of clients and meeting them where they're at and so on. So we were talking about just like life in general and kind of things that are going on in my life right now and worries that I have and, reservations that I have and things that I'm happy about and things that I'm nervous about and things that are good and things that are maybe not so good. And I started getting like super emotional, and I started getting I started tearing up because I was just so filled with gratitude, and I couldn't even really get the words out. I was just like, despite all these things that I'm facing right now and all these things that I'm worried about that I shouldn't be worried about, everything is so good in my world. And I can sit here today and look at you and say, without a shadow of a doubt, there's nothing that could happen to me today or in my world that would make me drink or drug. I can say that right now to you today. And I just started crying because I meant it, And And then I started spitting out all these examples, you know. I was like, if my parents died, or if there was an Armageddon, or, you know, I lost my job. And I just started spitting out all these like awful things. I said, none of those things would make me pick up a drink today. And then she's like, that's because you're spiritually fit. But then in that same breath, in the conversation, I said, but you know what? I'm also grateful enough and recognize enough and am realistic enough to know that I might not feel like this every day. There could be a day that I don't feel this great about where I'm at. And I have to recognize that. But today I do. Today I can tell you hands down, nothing in the world could make me go back to my old life. And you're going back to your old life doesn't just happen. Like picking up the drink or drug the first time, the first hit, the first sip doesn't make you tumble back into the depths of despair. It takes a minute, but I will get there. That would happen to me. Eventually that would happen to me. That's just where it all start. And it was just a really aha moment. And I don't know where it really came from. I think, you know, it was a God thing. And it was something that I just needed to get out. And it felt really good after we had that conversation. She's just looking at me like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm better than okay. I am okay. Because I just had this 10 minutes of ranting about all these things that I was worried about, but also meshed with so many great things in my life right now. And it was pretty cool.
So imagine you're on a stage and you're talking and you're just killing it. And then you look out and you see your mom, you start telling a story, and then you get those emotions. Mm-hmm. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
It's great, but it sucks, but it's great.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not like sad tears, but it's just you're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You know, by I don't even know how to explain it.
I know.
But that's crazy.
It's making me even like right now get choked up. But and it's because, and you know what, part of I think why like the emotions keep flowing when I had that conversation, or is because I've said those words before. Like I've said, I'm not gonna drink today, or I'm not gonna drink again. I don't plan on picking up ever again. I've said those words before, and someplace in my heart and soul, I knew they weren't true. I didn't believe in the words I was saying. I wanted them to be real more than anything in the world. And so when those emotions were drawn out in that conversation, it's because I was saying them and I'm like, I really mean this. Like 100%. I mean this. And that itself just made me cry. It was awesome. It was.
Yeah. It's something that I just wish everybody could feel. You know, the people who have 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, who are just looking at that year like, oh, it's so long away. It's so far away. Like, just hang in there, man. And just keep putting those days together. And trust me, trust Marney, trust the promises in A. The thing, it's just amazing. It really is. There's nothing that in Marney's life, and I can speak for you since you just said it, and my life, that makes me want to go get a bottle today and to do anything, even to, oh man, it'd be nice to have a little buzz going, man. It's sunny out. And yeah, those thoughts still come, but it gets easier to go, that's so stupid. And then what? Just be stupid the rest of the day? Like, I got stuff to do. And even if I don't have anything to do, I took a nap today, a sober nap. It was great. You don't wake up going, oh, what time is, oh, I didn't. No, I took a nap today because I could.
Yeah.
And it's tough though when you're first starting out, but trust us, it gets better, and you'll get to a point where you'll look back like Marney has and like I have, and the emotions just take you over.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There was nothing special about this conversation. It's not like I had planned it. It's not like I knew I was going to be talking to her about life and where I'm at with myself. I mean, I'm in recovery. She knows I'm in recovery, obviously. I work in recovery. So it's like an everyday kind of thing. We talk about this stuff from the time we get there to the time we leave. But this was about me, and I don't know where it came from, but it was just like, it felt right. And it was just, oh my God, it was so freeing.
It's that passion that we have. And like you said, we're always go, 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 go. And then to sit down for a minute and just talk about it. And we talk about it and stuff in bed sometimes. And, we'll share those moments, but like in front of other people, like out in public, it's like sitting at a restaurant or up on stage and you're about to lose your shit. It's just like, oh no, like, give me a minute just to collect myself. But when I was at that restaurant with my mom, when I was like, hey, will you be on our board? I had no idea I was going to cry. I didn't see that coming. And I just was bawling, in the middle of a Mexican restaurant in Traverse City, Michigan, and it's like, that was not embarrassing, but I just like, wow, like I just did not see that coming. But, looking at someone who, I put through all that hell and that worry and now to look at her on the other side of it and go, look, you didn't give up on me and look, I'm here. That's Tyrone and I were talking about that the other day, the importance of not giving up on people.
Yeah.
And some places are like, well, he's been here 8 times. He doesn't need to come back. Yeah, maybe they need to look inward and go, well, maybe we need to do a better job teaching, because sometimes that's it too. Not everybody learns the same way, but we all learn by doing. And what I mean by that is every time that I relapsed, I did learn from it, because I would go to treatment. I would leave early. Oh, I got it, man. That's figured out. I'm out of here. Boom. And then if I went back to the same place, it was like, okay, what didn't I learn last time? And a lot of times it was the same people in there, but I would try to learn a little bit more, put that in practice, and I would relapse again. Okay, well, what wasn't I doing? Let's back it up, and sometimes it was just because it was a nice day and I wasn't prepared, like, I don't know, like it wasn't that I had it in my brain that I could never drink again, because I was still believing that I could. So there was a lot of things that were a work in progress for me, but I was still allowed to go places and no one ever gave up on me. I'm sure people did, but the key people in my life didn't. But yeah, so if someone keeps coming back, oh, and this is the dude's 12th time here, I doubt he's going to go to the same place, or he or she will go to the same place 12 times. But, like, okay, what can we do from a program standpoint? This is this guy's 5th time, or this is this lady's 8th time in the same place. Like, what can we do different to help them? Well, are they learning?
I think you touched on 2 important things. I don't even know if you really realize it, because that is something that is looked at in terms of like clinical, like in staffing situations, when you're doing a casing on an individual, and let's say they've been in a treatment center, and then it doesn't matter if they AMA'd or not, if they left against medical advice or not, or successfully completed, and then we're out for 3 weeks and then came back in, and then out and then in and then out and then in. And whether there's 2 weeks or 2 months or 10 months in between, after a certain amount of time, there's sometimes they think of the fact, like you said, people learn different ways. And sometimes the structure of a certain program, all of them are different. I mean, you've been to multiple rehabs, and not one is exactly the same as the other. Their program structure is different. I mean, they all maybe follow a little bit of the same kind of curriculum, I guess you want to call it. But, they all have, they're all different environments. They all have different schedules. They all have different levels of quality of staff, I guess. Interaction time is different. Males and females is different. Different activities are offered or not. And that all plays a part in how people maybe take it all in and where they're at in their own journey. Obviously, that's the hugest thing. But there's been people that have been referred out to another treatment center because we're thinking, why don't you try something else? You've tried this with us over and over, and let's give a different, structure a try in a different environment with different people. And maybe even that psychological twist, that kind of like different, because we always talk about having a fresh start. There has to be something to be said of going back to the same rehab you were at with the same staff there that you were at. And then you're already starting, like for me, you're already starting like kind of like 1 foot behind, because it's almost like you have to, first you need to get over that like shame of having gone out, even though you shouldn't feel that way. There's an element, like I did that in Ann Arbor, and for like the first couple days I was like, yeah, I was here before. You know, when you're in a new place, it's like a fresh start. You're you, and you're just starting out brand new. I mean, that can't be said for everybody, but I know that I felt that way.
Yeah, I felt that way too the last time I went to treatment. And, you know, the place that I went to treatment the last time at, they don't have any of the same counselors there anymore. And one of the guys' name was Stephen Butwell, and he was great. A lot of people didn't like him. They were like, oh, he's got a huge ego and blah, blah, blah. But he approached the groups different. And his groups I loved. Mm-hmm. I always was just on the edge of the seat ready to get something out of it. And he started it usually with like a fun little game or something. He would start his groups. But he doesn't even do that stuff anymore there. I think he might be like outpatient or something. I don't even know. But he's not touching as many people as he once did. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean physically. But he's not, you know, like if he wouldn't have been there, I don't know. You know, and it's just those people in the right place at the right time. Whereas, like, well, why didn't I meet him like 2 years ago or 3? Well, because he was in active addiction, and he actually is in recovery himself. So I think that actually tied it a little bit closer, because there were other people there that would lead groups, and I'm just like, yeah, we're just going to read the pamphlet today, because they didn't really know, and they didn't know how deep they could get with people.
Right.
You know, like you and I, we can talk about those kind of things, and sometimes we can relate, sometimes we can help with a story by just sharing our experience, you know, but that's what made it great. And at the same time, though, you go to a place, it's a new place, like you were saying, and it is a new start. Like, okay, like I don't know the whole staff here. I don't have 3 people that hate me, maybe 4 people that like me and let me get away with whatever I want. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm starting fresh, and these people don't know me from anybody. And I think that last time I went to treatment, I was forced to go and I had to stay there. It was like, okay, well, let's cut the BS out. I'm still going to have fun though. And I'm going to learn about myself and what I have been missing, because I really 100% wanted to not live that life anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just, I knew it was mental. I knew that for me, it was just so much mental stuff, but I didn't know how to get over that obstacle. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like that for a lot of people when they call it the urge or whatever, and some call it, oh, I was craving. But when it gets in your mind and you don't shut it down, you know, you said earlier, you know, the relapse or that the first drink doesn't destroy your life, but it doesn't. But it could even have started. And of course, I say this, you know, before you even take the drink. Yeah. And like today, you know, like we get up, we make our bed, usually jump in the shower, and then I eat a couple eggs and drink some Slim Fast shakes, and then listen to the ticket. That's kind of how I start my day. Now today, I didn't take a shower. I got up, I made the bed, but now tomorrow, if I just get up and leave the bed a mess, don't take a shower, don't eat my eggs, you can see where they're like, okay, Corey's slipping back into his old ways. Like, he probably should go to a meeting or talk to his therapist. You know, like, you notice those signs. And today I didn't have a great day. I accomplished a few things, but it was all overshadowed by the one mistake I thought I had made. And it was like, oh my God. Like, and I let that just take me down. You know, I thought I messed it up, you know, and it was just like, oh no, like, oh, what did I do? And no, I took a nap.
You took a pretty good nap.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thanks for knowing that. Yeah, it was good. And I don't know. It's those little things, though, was my point, that, you know, you start slacking on that and you start not doing the things that you were doing, you know, and that's real big for people when they start hitting the wall, like 4 or 5 months, 6 months. You know, you're going to 5 meetings a week, you're doing this and that, and then you're like, man, I got 6 months now. Like, I'm only going to go to 1 meeting a week. And and then you'll notice, like, your car starts getting messy, and you used to keep it clean when you first got sober, because how could you even live like that, you know? And then, like, whoa, no, now my car got French fries on the floor, you know.
Is this personal experience?
No. No. I'm
just an example.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, generic examples.
Yeah.
But thought those were good examples.
No, they're
You know, you stop setting your fantasy football lineup.
right.
Like, hey, bro, what's up? I'll hit people up too. Like, hey, man, you good? And then they try to lie. Yeah, man, I'm great. Hey, can I borrow $20?
Oh yeah, that's the
No.
telltale right
No,
there.
you can't borrow
Is asking for
$20.
money.
I think I talked about it on the podcast where I called the gas station. I was like, how much are your cigarettes and whatever they were? And then I told him, I was like, all right, man, I'll give you $8.72 or whatever it was. And he's like, what? I was like, I called that gas station that you live closest to and asked about the cigarettes, you know, and oh, bro, I need other things too, man. I just need 20. That's too bad. So he actually turned down the pack of smokes that I was going to buy him. I'm not going to lend you $20 because I'll never see it again.
Right.
And it's going to go for nothing good.
I know.
Yeah, that's what it is. But no, I'll just be here for you if your fantasy football team is slacking because some choices were made. But I'm not going to loan you $20.
Right.
No, you're supposed to donate to us. That's how it works. I'll give you some advice. You can donate $20 that you were going to use on alcohol or drugs.
There you go.
That'd be a good program. How do we get that kicked off? Do I have like people stand on the corner being fake drug dealers? Like,
No,
oh, man,
you don't.
Here, man, I got something better than that. Wow, but I want some boy or some girl. No, man. No, I got something better. Here, man, just here. Yeah, send that money there. Bloop. All right, man, I'm gonna give you some hope. Then hand him a flyer or like a brochure. You call this dude, man. He gonna get you high on life. I answer, hello. Hi. Heard you're having a bad day. Let's talk about it. No. there's a will, there's a way, right?
I guess, yeah.
What if I paid the homeless people to do that? Don't roll your eyes because you're like, nope, don't go to this conversation right now because you don't want to redo the whole podcast.
Right.
So what part of that don't you want me to talk about? None of it. Why? I'll talk about time travel. There's a movie today on that I attempted to watch.
Yeah.
Yep, it was called Confessions of a Time Traveler. This guy comes back. It's set like a documentary, and they're like trying to talk to this guy. He's from 3026, which is 1,000 years in the future. That's where they lost me in this movie because what? It was too basic. It was too basic ass for him to be 1,000 years advanced, and the only thing that's different is they can't grow hair in the future because radiation from the cell phones that people use and the 5G network started it all. That was 1,000 years ago, bro. Like, how do you even know? Like, I'm not going to go back and be like, in the year of 1221.
Right.
And go back and be like, hey, man, maybe you should stop cutting people's hands off for stealing. You know, like, I'm not going to, like, what? Like, that would be so, like, yesterday. And then the radiation from 1,000 years ago is still making them not grow hair. Like, he said that's when they learned it in their history books. Man, shut up. Like, it was so stupid.
What's this called?
Confessions of a Time Traveler.
Okay.
And they went way too far. They should have just went like a dude that jumps in the future like 3 years. No, you go too far and you're just...
It's unrealistic, you mean?
Yeah, Back to the Future 2 is so real, though. And... but it is. But yeah, you go like 1,000 years. I mean, 50, 100, sure. But 1,000 years and then back like, I mean, the dude talks like us now. I mean, it was bad. It was just a bad movie. I liked the title of the name of the movie was good, you know, Confessions of a Time Traveler. I liked it. But the movie as far as like...
You watched it from beginning to end?
Oh, hell no. No,
Okay.
I watched like 10 minutes of it and was like, ugh.
Okay. Maybe it got better.
No, I didn't. I guarantee it.
Okay.
I put $5 on it. You know what? It's probably better than that movie Pig.
That was terrible.
Are we going to review that movie?
Well, I think you can just in a couple of
I
words.
just did without sound effect. All right. So what did you like most about the movie Pig? With Nicolas Cage, brand new movie. You can rent it on demand.
Well, normally I would say, because I like Nicolas Cage, but it's kind of irrelevant to say that when it was a terrible movie. You don't want to say that.
I was tricked into this.
I would say, in the whole world of, this is going to be like way kind of just specific, but in the whole world of pigs and what they look like, that was a pretty cute pig.
I don't know. He's only in it for like a minute.
He was only in it for like a minute, but he was pretty cute for a pig because pigs are freaking ugly. They're not cute animals. And this one was kind of cute.
Okay, so there you go.
There you go. That's all I got.
My favorite thing about the movie was at the end, I got to send a tweet to Corby Davidson at the Ticket in Dallas. It's 1310. It's a radio station I love. I heard him doing a endorsement. Had to have been. He had to have been getting paid to do this for Pig. Nicolas Cage movie. Oh, it's supposed to be the best movie Nicolas Cage has been in since, ever. And it's like his comeback movie, like John Travolta's Pulp Fiction. This is Nicolas Cage's comeback. Wow. It's about a pig and hunts truffles and blah, blah, blah. And,
finds truffles.
Yeah, finds truffles. And I thought, this would be interesting to be the best movie Nicolas Cage has been in a while. Because if you know me, you'll know that I want to find the movie script that Nicolas Cage turned down. Because I don't think that it exists. If you find that, that's like finding $1 billion just laying on the ground. I didn't believe you
before. Now I kind of do.
Yeah, he's in every single movie. Every movie that comes across, he's like, let's do it. I don't know if he's trying to make the most movies ever made. We should look that up. See who's been in the most movies ever made. I bet he's up. He's definitely in the top 5.
Yeah.
Because he makes every single movie that comes along. He doesn't even care. And that's the thing with Nicolas Cage. He doesn't care. Like, I don't think he's married. I don't think he has kids. He's just like, let's keep doing these movies. I'll be around forever.
And that's not his fault that the movie sucked.
See,
I'm sure he probably did it just fine.
The kind of segue back to...
If he wrote it, now we'd have problems.
Confessions of a Time Traveler. Now, if that time traveler in that movie would have came back and said, oh, where's your Nicolas Cage? He's your best actor ever. If he would have been like, oh, he's been in the most movies, then I'm like, okay, maybe that's real. I might even looked it up. Is this movie real? No, but he didn't. Because that's what I think Nicolas Cage wants, is he wants people to look back 1,000 years from now and be like, damn, that dude was in so many movies. People must have loved it. And then they watch one like Pig and they go, what were these people doing?
I think I've thought that before about other actors or actresses. Like, they're in a lot of movies, but I mean, you're right. He's like the lead in so many movies.
And see, I'm going to take, what's that dude's name? Steven Seagal out of it. He doesn't count if he's up in the top 10 or something. Because he like writes them and produces them all, so they're not really...
You mean the stars in movies, right? Or I mean, is actually a actor or actress.
Yeah. I don't think it'll give me a ranker.
It's up there. I know. If it's not, if he's
credits, he has 78 films. Psh, I think it's way more than that.
It's a lot of freaking films.
78.
That's a lot of movies. And like I said, it's not like he plays... Can you name a movie where he's been like not the main role?
Yeah, well... Was he in that Graceland movie? Something Miles to Graceland or something? I don't know. When was he born? His highest rated movie is Pig.
Is it for real?
See, now this says he's been in over 100 movies. Here are his best 13 and 13 worst. His Nicolas Cage is 13 worst and 13 best.
Okay.
I don't even know if I want to read this because the highest rated movie was Pig. Rotten Tomatoes score 78%. Are we missing something maybe?
I don't know. I hope so.
And is there a truffle game? Is there really a truffle game? Like that they're like that people steal pigs and sell like truffles are like drugs almost, like
I don't know. I didn't get the underground fighting ring. I didn't understand that.
Oh, he was in. Yeah, it was really weird. That Spider-Man Noir. I guess that's a cartoon. He voiced something.
And what did he get out of going down into that fighting ring?
The address to the restaurant.
Oh, that's it.
Documentary about love, Anastasia. Okay, he's in. All right. Red Rock West.
Never heard of it.
This is another one of his best movies. Moonstruck. You ever seen that? Cher? What? That was like 1987.
No.
Oh, you were just a little kid then.
So were you.
I know, but Cher was hot back then, I thought. Face Off. That was a good movie.
That's one of my favorites.
Only 92. That's a 92%, and Pig is 98% or whatever. So I don't believe Rotten Tomatoes. Adaptation. I didn't see that. That's from 2002.
What about Matchstick Men?
I'm getting to these are just the top 13. Raising Arizona. Did you see that one?
What about Fear and Loathing?
Johnny Depp?
Not Fear and Loathing. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. Leaving Las Vegas.
Yes,
probably.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Raising Arizona. Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty good. 91%.
That's weird. You'd think I would have seen these.
And then there's another cartoon, Teen Titans. Mandy. It's a revenge movie. I know you like those.
Oh, yeah. Like Vigilante?
Like Mandy. Red Miller, Cage, and Mandy Bloom lead a peaceful life on the outskirts of the Pacific Northwest until a violent cult enters their lives and sets Red on the path towards redemption.
All right. Well, enough about Nicholas.
And then Leaving Las Vegas, 90%. If this feels like in a Bad Lieutenant, this feels like way more than 13 movies. Okay, well now we're down to the bottom.
Well, I like him as an actor. I did not care for that movie. I'll just leave it at that.
Pay the Ghost. That was kind of creepy. I saw that in Rehab and Detox. Season of the Witch. See, Pig should be on it. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the worst movies.
Yeah, don't.
Nicolas Cage, you wasted my people's time now.
Right.
Thanks, Corby Davison, for wasting my time and then...
Whoever's listening, time.
Yeah, sorry about that. But don't watch Pig unless you want to waste your time. It doesn't find the pig at the end. Hopefully that spoiler alert will make you not... You might be mad at me because you were going to watch it this weekend anyway, but I might have just saved you $6.99. So just send that on.
Yep.
Donate to 217recovery.com. Just go there and donate. Be like, hey, thanks for saving me from that movie.
Or if you watch it and you like it, please write us and explain why.
Yeah.
Maybe it will shed some light on maybe something I didn't get.
Yeah. You're in an underground restaurant fight club. Which would have been a cool movie, but it wasn't. It wasn't even a fight club. It was like people from the restaurant just get punched in the face by rich people. What the F? I don't know. It was really confusing. It was just stupid.
They weren't rich people. They were restaurant workers. They were in like chef coats and like, yeah.
Well, how do
really
they?
weird.
They don't have money. Restaurant workers don't have money to start punch people in the face.
I don't know. That's why I don't get it.
So it was like, was it like 500 for 10 seconds or 100? I don't know. Whatever the price was, you can just punch somebody.
That was it. They didn't even fight back.
Oh no, they couldn't. They just had to put their hands behind it. Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Jesus.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a movie review. We haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
I have shout outs.
Oh yeah. Let's just do it.
Thursday night shout out with 217 Recovery.
So I had said when we got back from Pawpaw, we talked about how we had, it was a great time, excellent experience, awesome people, and a lot of people that stopped by our tent gave us their information to win a free t-shirt. And hopefully subscribe to our app and to our website. And so shout out to Stacy Roberts from Niles, Patty Alton from Three Rivers, John Pillow from Union, Michigan, Heather Button from, Dowd. How do you say that?
Dowajak.
I don't know. Okay. And Angela Boundy from Napoleon, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio.
So I communicated with those people and said, congratulations, you won a shirt. And then they got back to me and lots of thank yous, and it was cool.
All right. Nice. I'm going to shout out to Tyrone, to George, to Brooks, to Jason, to Justin, to Aaron, to Dan, to Marney, Adam.
To our moms.
And Keith. And Chuck. Or Charles.
Nice.
It's a fantasy team. It's a fantasy league.
There you go.
So
Excellent.
cool. Thanks for listening. And don't watch Pig.
Night, everybody.
Donate the money to 217 Recovery instead.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Win a bunch of free shit from 217 Recovery. Go to the app or the website, 217recovery.com.